A week ago Friday, Senator Sheldon Whitehouse held the annual constituents conference he calls the Rhode Island Energy and Environmental Leaders Day. As an outside observer, it appeared to me that the day was a cacophony of ever more shrill voices disagreeing with one another, but ultimately conceding just one point. Everything we are doing to deliver energy today is wrong. And everything we are not doing to deliver energy, mostly because of extreme costs and doubtful claims of effectiveness, we should still try to do. Are you kidding me? As usual, the gathering was a who's who of green activists. Writer and cult philosopher Bill McKibben Skyped in an 8-minute greeting that both praised and castigated his host, Senator Whitehouse. Greg Garrett of ProsperityForRI.com praised the senator for his weekly diatribes on clean energy from the floor of the U.S. Senate. Garrett went on to say, however, that the resistance, those engaged in frontline battles against fossil fuel infrastructure, was ultimately going to have a greater effect than the carbon tax that Whitehouse champions. It would be easy to highlight the Lewis Carroll absurdities which abounded at the meeting and just play the whole thing for comedy as a parliament of naifs. There was some real missing logic, though, that no one pointed out, much less bothered to correct. For instance, the two, and only two, acceptably clean forms of electrical generation were repeatedly said to be solar photovoltaic and wind. No mention was made that the majority of the juice on the Ocean State grid is currently hydroelectric, courtesy of Hydro-Quebec. Similarly, everyone avoided the question of what to do with spent solar panels after their roughly 10-year life cycle. They are, after all, loaded with selenium, a toxic heavy metal. Sure, that's clean. McKibben himself apologized for once favoring the transition from coal to natural gas as a positive step in controlling greenhouse emissions. Disapproving critics in the audience seemed unwilling to forgive him for that egregious breach. Senator Whitehouse's proposal for a carbon tax and carbon credit system in America has as much chance of passing the U.S. Congress as Mr. Garrett's windmills do of making electricity on a calm day, or of anyone's solar panels making any on any night of your choice. So in the end, what happened at this annual street fair for aspirations was what always happens. Nothing. Are you kidding me?